It's review time, 2038R. We're at 462 hours, and just a little shy of 2.5 years with the 2038. So I wanted to do a little review and give everybody my thoughts, the good and the bad, of exactly what I have felt that I like and dislike about this tractor. All right, so let's start with the obvious, the 2038. Power wise, if you watch my subsoiling video from back a few months ago, that's the only implement that I have ever run with this tractor where I came close to maxing out the power. I was running about 92% engine load with that thing fully set in the ground, 22 inches. And you know, the tractor still did it. I didn't run out of power. But I was using more. I average, usually the most I've run is about 70 to 75% engine load. That's according to the smart connector with the Tractor Plus app. I did do the R1 tires on this. I should say I put the R1 tires on. And that helped significantly because, and this will go along with one of my things that I would say to improve this tractor if I were John Deere, is it's a lot of power for the frame size and the weight of this tractor. I weighted it up with loaded rears, 2 sets of rear wheel weights, and that helped significantly. But I would like to see a 3-range tranny similar to what the 3Rs and 4Rs have, because that would give you that real deep low for, you know, just brute power, like say subsoiling and maybe even discing. And that would be one improvement. I did like the fact that the tractor does have a real drawbar. Yes, I'm sorry, it's a little dirty. Been doing some brush hogging, flail mowing. The 3-point hitch, lift height, and that was a big plus to me. Ergonomically, and I've said it before, so part of this is again going to sound like a broken record, but you don't get any better than this layout right here. Everything, when you're driving this tractor, front end loader, 3-point hitch, and your rear SCVs, everything is right here. And ergonomically, I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I'll continue to say it until they do an update on the open station 3Rs. The large frame 2R is the head of the class open station layout, in my opinion. Because I'm not sure about the 4 open station, if they actually incorporate the SCVs into the console, or if they look like an add-on like the 3Rs. Looks like a, well, it looks like an aftermarket add-on to me. Split brakes, I love them because in the winter time, when you're not able to steer so good plowing, you can steer with the brakes. I never ever have mine locked together. You can lock them together, but It's not hard to push both pedals. I prefer to leave them apart. I do like the cruise control better on this. I do. And the park and brake, the 3-point hitch position control, it's not the best that I've ever seen. It's not real accurate. Like, if I'm running the discs and I set it on, say, 1.5, you know, I get to the end of a row, I pick up, I spin around, I go to drop them back in, and they'll never go back down to the same spot. I always have to keep bumping that back down. It's almost like it comes up when I pull the lever up. So that could be improved. Serviceability of this tractor is real simple. There's well, 1, 2, 3, 4 grease fittings underneath. It's a real simple to do a service. You got a fuel separator there. You've got one fuel filter there, hydraulic filters. Everything is actually very nicely within reason. There's your other fuel filter and your oil filter. I mean, everything is right there. I've had no issues at all with this tractor. I love it. It's a real workhorse, the 38R. A lot of people on different forums complain about these axle bolts, and I did get a little movement. I checked mine at about probably 35-40 hours. I got a little bit of movement, tightened them up, and marked them with a paint pen. Well, I didn't have a paint pen. I used some of my daughter had some bright yellow fingernail polish. And I've never gotten any movement on them since. The tractor regens like it's supposed to. If you're new to tractors and you're new to regen, don't go on a forum and say, you know, how often is this supposed to regen, what's normal, what's not normal, because you're gonna get, you know, every answer from the hater that says, well, my tractor's got to go back to John Deere, it's regen 9 times in the last 20 hours. Yes, fella, you have a problem. But that's what warranties are for. And then you're gonna get the other guy that says, I got 400 hours and my tractor hasn't regen once. Well, sorry to break the news to you, Chief, but it has, and you just didn't notice it. Mine, for what I do, it averages 35 hours. And it goes, as a matter of fact, I'm surprised it didn't do it too well. I'll probably start it up to park it after I get done with this, and it'll go into a regen. Because it's right there. And mine averages 35 hours. Sometimes I'm done working with it and I just crank it up and come back 20 minutes later and wait for it to finish. Other times I can find something else to do and I just keep working the tractor. But I've not had any issues with it, other than, boy, does it stink when it's doing a regen. A couple of other, well, one other thing definitely John Deere needs to improve. 2 things right here. One is this step. I mean, how hard would it have been for them to put something with a nice, you know, 5 or 6 inch platform, graded platform right there. And don't tell me, safety police, don't get on me about coming backwards, down, off, 3 points of contact. I really don't care. I come off the tractor the way I come off the tractor. And the heel of your boot hits that step. If it's wet, you want to be holding on to something else. So that would really be handy if they could improve that. And no toolbox. Well, they call this thing a toolbox. To me, that's a glove box. And I got this idea from a guy on a Facebook group. Pardon my dog. She sees the enemy. Dixie, hey, I'm in the middle of a very important filming here. I don't think she cares. And I mounted this 1/2 inch black iron spacers, long bolts. That's actually the box that was on my 1023 way back. I wasn't sure how I would like it there. I know on occasion it'll get slung up with mud, but I do actually like it there. Let's move on to the MSL, because Tractor Time with Tim, for instance, he's very outspoken. He does not like the MSLs. I'm not going to say I like it or don't like it over the non-self leveler. I just don't feel that it has hampered me to the point of complaining about it. Yes, there is limited rollback compared to the non-self leveler. I get by with it. It doesn't hold me up that much. Would I buy it again? On a 2032 2038R, I would absolutely buy the MSL again, for no other reason than the increased lift capacity. I've had a pallet of 1,498 pounds of roofing materials on this front end loader, well ballasted, and I got that thing within about a foot of going all the way up. I set it back down and I moved 4 or 5 bundles of shingles to the backrest of the pallet forks, and I put it all the way up to the top. So my hydraulic pressure is at 3,000 pounds, in case anybody was going to ask that. The seat safety switch, when I first got this, it drove me nuts. It seemed far more sensitive than either of my other tractors, but I actually got used to it. I haven't bypassed one single safety feature on this tractor. I told myself when I bought it that no matter what, I was going to try my hardest not to. I did contemplate bypassing the seat safety when I first got it, because it just drove me insane, but I got used to it, and I'm kind of happy that I have all my safety features intact. Otherwise, I've not done anything to this tractor other than use it, service it, grease it, and fuel it up. I've never had to add hydraulic fluid to the front axle. I don't know why, but it's always right there on the stick every time I've checked it. It doesn't use oil, and it doesn't use hydraulic fluid. It doesn't use coolant. I don't know, I can't say enough. It's just a very, very solid tractor. John Deere, for this frame size, they knocked it out of the park. If they could just make a couple of minor changes in the future, the step being one, possibly someplace to mount a toolbox, a better toolbox. I don't know. I guess I can't say enough good things about it. It's just a very, very solid tractor. It's an absolute workhorse. I pull, our round bale wagon holds 8 round bales. I pull that out in the field, unhook it, load it up, and I pull that wagon with 8 round bales on it down the road, wherever. Take them sometimes down to, if we have a customer down the road, a farm buys them off of us, I take them down there, unload them, take them up to the shed, unload them. Definitely can't say anything. There's nothing short on power with this tractor. It is one solid machine. Thanks for watching.